virtually every modern RPG is built on the hypothesis that what we really want from a role-playing game is to feel powerful. And how do you achieve this? Well, by disconnecting the story and characters just about as far away from mediocrity as possible.
We're going into the Fade, aren't we?
That's why in pretty much every game you play a chosen one, someone who either due to extreme luck or special ability is placed in a position to decide the fate of worlds. And this chosen one is always surrounded by a cast of exceptional people who speak in witty Marvel one-liners.
I think we're gonna need a bigger sword. Mine's big.
Can rattle off poetic prose at the rate of a misfiring Gattle gun.
Hello, darling. Don't be shy. I promise not to bite until we've been formally introduced. My name's Astarion, and I've spent a century stalking the night, hunting for pretty morsels just like you.
And are often placeholders for archetypes, not real people. You know, like the lovable but shady rogue or the noble knight. And just to be clear, I'm not hating on any of these games, or the idea of a power fantasy. The industry is partly right. The industrial capitalist behemoth whose wheels our lives ceaselessly rotate around has deprived us of every basic level of control over our own lives. Even the lowliest peasant wasn't fined or kicked off their lot for planting a seed 30 seconds too late, or failing to wear company-issued attire, because there wasn't any. And so for those of us who aren't masters of the system, video games are pretty much the only venue where we can exert some control over our environment and feel the satisfaction of truly achieving something, however sad that reality may be. And even if this wasn't the case, who doesn't love the thought of saving the world from their sofa? I know I do. I had a great time with Baldur's Gate 3, and that game fits exactly into those tropes. It's got a chosen one character who can decide the fate of the world, and a cast of companions that, while mostly well developed, are drawn from heroes of old, leaders, geniuses, or people with just a great head of hair. Not regular, everyday baldies with relatable struggles. So you might be asking, what's the downside to this then? What does KCD2 have that a Baldur's Gate 3 or Skyrim or even Witcher doesn't? Well, it all comes down to the other side of our mundane, bleak reality, the coping mechanisms.
Now eat one of these, all right? You're gonna wanna huff a little glue and drink some beer.
Humor, tragedy, and drama are all just survival mechanisms that are generated to help us deal with the challenges of everyday life. And so the more mundane, small scale, irrelevant, and meaningless the situation is, the more these coping mechanisms flourish. There is no greater tragedy than unexpected, meaningless loss. And no more fertile ground for comedy than the absurdity of everyday life.
It was a joke, Mark. I was joking.